Am I the asshole for not gifting my nephew as nice a gift as his cousins because his parents are poor? Obligatory throwaway. Every Christmas my husband, C, and I get gifts for all the kids in the family. C is a stay-at-home dad with no income. We are financially comfortable, not rich, because I am a college graduate. C and his family are minority immigrants who mostly work labor jobs. This year while holiday shopping there were 6 kids total we needed to buy for. The gift we bought for D, 19, was above $100. We spend the most on him because we got custody of him at 15 and raised him. D will also buy gifts for C, our child, and I, around $40 each. There is a sibling group of kids J, 10, A, 6, M, 2, who I bought gifts for. The gifts are all around $30, $35 each. Their parents are both hard-working and always buy our daughter gifts for Christmas. There is an only child U, 6, who we spent $45 on because his parents buy us gifts as well, and we will be buying his parents around $50 each. This brings us to L, 12. L and his family immigrated here to the US a few months ago. L does not have an easy life as he doesn't speak English and shares one bedroom with both his parents. L's mom does not work so his dad works overtime but they are hardly making it. While shopping I picked out a really cheap, $15 Lego set for L. I did not want to get him nothing because that seems cruel. I know his parents do not have money to give gifts back so I didn't plan to spend more. My husband wanted to add another few gifts to L's gift so that we're spending around the same amount on each kid. I told him I would rather not because L's parents can't reciprocate it. My husband tells me we can afford more and L has already had a tough year. He says the extra $30 for a better gift would just be wasted on fast food. He says L would see his cousin's gifts and know that they're better gifts. I told my husband that L's mom should get a job and give him a nice Christmas than like J, A, and M's family. I also reminded him how I will be paying for and cooking food for the Christmas party everyone will be attending and L and his family probably won't bring anything because they cannot afford to. C looked hurt, as if I was insinuating L did not deserve a nice Christmas because his parents are poor. Every kid deserves a nice Christmas, I just do not think it's necessary to spend as much as the people who will actually be giving us gifts. C tells me I don't know what it's like to be a poor immigrant and have people treat you the way I'm treating L. C was not angry but looked hurt. I know C was brought to the US as a child too and had a similar life to L. For the sake of peace I bought the extra gifts for L, so total around $35 for him. C still won't talk to me and I can't understand why. I spent the extra money, and obviously don't expect anything else in return. AITA? Update, more context. Firstly, I do agree that maybe I was the asshole and that you all are right in Christmas time is about giving not receiving. Also, since L's parents have arrived to the US I have been financially helping them, the whole family is. I've given them money for groceries and other miscellaneous things. They are undocumented so they don't qualify for any assistance. I have also taken L out to eat and brought takeout to their house and had lunch with them a few times. L is 12-13 not 10. Every year before L and his family arrived we, Jam and you parents, have discussed how much we will spend on each other. The gift exchange is for those wanting to participate. We usually set around a $50 limit per person. So I was staying within that limit like I do every year and just wasn't sure what to do about L and his family. I do not think they will be gift exchanging with the 3 other families, mine, you, and Jam's, since they cannot afford to. I will talk to the other families to see what the plan is for L and his family. I was buying the $15 gift so he doesn't feel left out. Since it's a family gift exchange, I'm not sure how much they'll spend on L since his parents won't be exchanging. The other families will probably buy L a gift though because family is important to their culture. Also as pointed out yes, I am frustrated that L's mother does not work. L is old enough to stay home for a few hours if both parents were at work. My husband does not work and Yu's mother doesn't work because my job pays well and Yu's father owns a business. I feel frustrated for L that he lives the way he lives but yet only one parent is working. Yes, L's parents are undocumented, as was asked. But we live in a metropolis where she wouldn't have a problem getting a job. If L's mother was to work then we could include her family in the gift exchange and this fight wouldn't have happened to begin with. Yes, it sounds elitist to just work. But life isn't easy and plenty of Americans wake up and go to work even when they don't feel like it every day. You are the asshole. If anything his parents not having much would be a reason that I spend more on the child. Just one question. What is the matter with you? It doesn't matter that you spent the extra money now. You still don't understand why you are the bad guy in the first place. You deserve your husband not talking to you. You're the biggest awe. What on earth is wrong with you? You don't give to receive. The fact you add everything you get up and work out gifts based on that shows how superficial you are and how you have zero clue about the meaning of Christmas. If there is one child in a worse position than others, then that's the child you should be spending more on. Shame on you. You are the asshole. You are the asshole, and FYI, your nephew's mother probably cannot legally work yet due to her immigration status. Treating someone lesser because they're poor is textbook evil. Am I the asshole for yelling at my roommate after he snooped and found my toys? I, 22F, have a roommate, 22M, and we've been living together over a year. We've been friends for a long while, and I'm talking before middle school. In our apartment, I have my own bathroom and typically keep all my essentials under my sink: pads, makeup, toilet paper, etc. I work long hours and I only use a certain amount of toilet paper every time I wipe, so I don't go through toilet paper very fast. I am single. Have been for a long time and don't see myself finding a significant other for a long while still, and I'm content with that. I have toys to keep myself engaged and happily pleasured, and I clean them after each session. I keep them under my bathroom sink while they dry after a cleaning, and when not in use, a tote under my bed so they're not in plain sight in my room. I used them the night before this incident and apparently forgot to put one away after I cleaned it, so it was sitting on my bathroom sink. I got home from work the other night and he was sitting in our living room on his phone, but looked up and said we needed to talk. I asked him what. He said my room. I asked what the problem was and he looked a bit uncomfortable and said that he saw my toys. I asked him what he meant and he said that he went into my bathroom and saw one on the counter and two more under the sink and said it was disgusting to just leave them out. Apparently after finding them, he peeked around my room and also found my tote under my bed and found my other toys. I'm not going to lie, I went ballistic. I asked him why he was in my room and he said he needed toilet paper because he was almost out. I told him that doesn't give him the right to go into my room unannounced and when I'm not home, much less search my room to see if I had more. He said that he wouldn't have said anything if one wasn't on the counter and he overlooked them in the past. Turns out, it was a regular occurrence for him to go into my room while I wasn't home and borrow my things. He said his reason for bringing it up was because it was unsanitary to leave one on my bathroom sink and accused me of being a sex addict because of how many toys I have and that he's concerned for my health due to my toys. I do have a few more than most people, but I've explored what I like and don't like, and some were expensive, so I'm not going to throw them out, and I can't return or gift them. So some are used rarely or not at all. I told him he didn't have the right to go into my room and bathroom and told him to go fuck himself because he doesn't get to control what I buy nor do in my free time unless I'm not making rent or being able to pay for our shared bills. Since then, I have not spoken to him and he's avoiding looking at me or being in the same room. I did ask a friend and she thinks I may have been too hard on him, but I don't feel bad at all. So, am I the asshole for yelling at my roommate after he found my toys while snooping? Slight update, revision. I confused some of you in the comments. He did not use my toys. I washed them as an extra precaution just in case something was done to them, like hot sauce being put on them or something. Not because he used them. And update, I am talking to him tonight when I'm off. I texted him and told him we needed to talk immediately, and if he refused then I would be finding another place to live. I'm taking some of y'all's advice and investing in a camera for my room and a door lock that locks with a key from the outside. Thank you all for your concern, and I will update after our talk is done. Not the asshole. Him frequently snooping in your room and trying to control your sexual activity is a red flag. Not the asshole. He was in your space without permission. You have every right as an adult to play with whatever toys make you happy. He was trespassing, and is either upset you didn't ask him to help you scratch your itch or upset because OMG, women aren't supposed to get such itches. 100% get a lock for your door, since he admits to snooping before. Not the asshole. Get a glass display case and line up your toys for him to gaze upon every time he walks past your open door. What a tool. Not the asshole. Toilet paper running out. Okay, buy some more then. If he needed it urgently to go to your bathroom, fine, but he shouldn't complain about what you keep in your personal space. Not like you left it on the kitchen side. Not the asshole. Move out as soon as you can. Am I the asshole for going home because of my sister's dog being at Thanksgiving? Throwaway. All, F33. Preface this with I don't like dogs. My sister, F29, has a dog that she says her world revolves around. Which is fine, she can do her thing. I just have an issue when it affects me. It is a breed that sheds a lot. Like she regularly has dog hair on her clothes. I don't eat food from my sister's house. I found dog hair in her cooking before, so I gently pass on her dishes. Privately I have told my mom that I don't like her dog around food and I won't eat my sister's dishes. We were supposed to have Thanksgiving at my parents' house. Neither my sister or I live at our parents' anymore. I arrive a little early to offer to help and see my sister was already there. Well, I walk in and see my sister's dog is at my mom's house. I've never been at my mom's house when my sister's dog is there. Well, I also found out my sister had been there all day helping my mom cook. Apparently she had offered a few days earlier and my mom accepted. I didn't know this was happening. Next thing I know, the dog is trotting through the kitchen. This whole situation was too much and I told them I wouldn't be eating this food. They ask why, I tell them why. My sister says I'm blowing things out of proportion. Mentions lots of people eat food prepared where dogs are nearby. I tell her I'm not one of those people. I just decide to go home. I leave the pies I made and ended up ordering Chinese. When dinner was supposed to happen, my phone was blowing up and I was told I should have just dealt with it by multiple family members. So am I the asshole? Edit. Woke up to this blowing up a bit. I found dog hair in multiple dishes over the last few years. This is not a one-time thing. I've avoided my sister's food for about the 6-8 months because of this. Not the asshole sounds like your sister has a messy house and the dog is not properly groomed either. I totally get it and you shouldn't have to put up with the dog mess. Edit. Thanks everyone for all the votes. We have 3 dogs and we just keep things cleaned up. I'm definitely not hating on fur babies, it's just all about personal comfort. For instance, some people sleep with their pets, I do not. Still love them all the same, but they have their comfy beds. Peace and love everyone, heart. YTA. I am absolutely not a dog fan, but unless they were wiping their utensils on his butt, I think you're being pretty dramatic. Not the asshole, it's not like you rubbed their noses in it, it made them pick out the dog hairs. They know the dog makes you uncomfortable, and you left. If you were being dramatic or controlling, you would have stayed to argue. Am I the asshole for moving out without telling my parents? I 23F have lived with my parents since the pandemic. I love them dearly, but recently a lot of things have come to head. My entire family is going on a cruise this Christmas and I was not invited to go. I asked my dad and he told me it was to celebrate my brother graduating college and he only wanted my younger brothers to come. I accepted this as an answer. After thinking about it, I realized in the last 4 years I haven't been invited or attended any of my family's vacations. I got into with my dad and things were said. Afterwards my mom told me she wants me to move out, that she's done with my behavior. I have decided that I will move out while they are on the cruise and not tell anyone. Am I the asshole? Move out. You deserve to be happy. That absolutely sucks. You don't deserve that treatment. Not the asshole. They told you to move out. You are complying with their request. They're getting what they want. Unless you trash the place while leaving, you're fine. Not the asshole, they already asked you to go. So this will just be a pleasant surprise for them when they get back. Your brother didn't want you on the cruise. There is a lot missing in this story. Info: if your mom says she's done with your behavior, what part of the story are you not sharing? Not the asshole. Edit. Op pays for rent and groceries. Yep, you have all the freedom to move out. Not the asshole, but the self-absorbed boomer types on here calling you on air.